Welcome to the Quad Squad. I'm Riso 2.
I'm just being
Billy D.
And Tone.
And we're here to give you our review on Wakanda. Wakanda.
I thought it was Black Panther.
Wakanda. It is Black Panther. But it's Wakanda.
Why is a symbol like you laying in a casket? Anyway.
It's going to be that kind of program.
It really is. All right. So
I'm stuck on that now.
this is a spoiler review for Black Panther. So if you haven't seen it, especially if you're black, go see it or just watch this. All right. So let's get started. What did y'all think about the movie?
7 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
What, I'm supposed to just give it a 10 then? 10 out of 10? y'all kept just going up.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. No, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a great movie. I wish it could have came out any other time than Black History Month. Black History Month. I don't know why we just get half a month.
Yeah, it really came in November when the primaries, but
we won't get into that.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about plot points in the movie. We focus around. It starts after Civil War. So T'Challa's going back to Wakanda, become crown king.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the waterfall scene when they first
fighting.
when they were first fighting. That was good. Ben.
I think the first third of the movie was too slow for me. And maybe it was just me, but it just seemed like the first third was like, okay, we just trying to figure out what's going on. Even that fight scene that was in the jungle, it seemed like the cut scenes was like just too close. You really couldn't see anything. And it was dark, so it was like, okay, we know that. But after a while, once Killmonger got in there and some other things happened, it seemed like, okay, now we got a movie going on. But like, it seemed like the first third, I was like, oh man, this is not the greatest movie in the world, which every black person seemed to have said, but it's still a good movie. So that's what I'm probably going to get hate for.
At the end of this video, we will take your black card from you.
No, we're just going to beat you with it.
No lynching.
It's Black History Month, though.
That's the one.
That's when you don't supposed to do it.
Oh, okay.
Acknowledge that it happened.
I'm just going to say that it felt like it was two separate movies. The first act, a lot of people have issues with the first act.
Good. I'm right along. Good.
Yeah, I've seen a couple different reviews out there about the first act of the movie, but personally, I just thought it was two separate movies that they tried to fit into one. Essentially, because Infinity War is coming, and so they don't really have a lot of time to kind of backtrack. That's why it was like 2 hours and 2.5 hours. But the first part was more of a understanding what Wakanda is about. That's why they do this introduction where I can't even remember the girl's name. 12 Years a Slave girl.
Nakia.
Yeah. So her whole thing was why he even went there is because she was basically saying Wakanda shouldn't be an isolationist nation.
Right.
We have to go out and help. And so I think that was the position of the first part of the movie. The second part was I'm a king now. Let me fulfill my kingly duties. And the third part was, what does being a king mean? What does that mean to me? Does that mean that I need to stay in tradition? Should I do something new?
Right.
And it's revelation time too, because the end of the second part of that movie is revelation that his father had done these things.
Right.
And and so now you have a little bit of affinity towards Killmonger because maybe he's not that bad.
No.
Maybe what his agenda is.
We understand.
Right. Yeah. Right. His agenda, however misguided, is still kind of relevant. So there's this whole part of it that kind of ties everything together. And so when you do that end credit, a lot of people gave hate to the first end credit where they're in the UN, but that's like the culmination of everything. I mean, yeah, he did the inner city. He opened up his embassies in the inner city. That's great, but really putting them on the world stage and saying, "Hey, we way ahead of y'all." So pump your brakes.
Right.
We in a third world country.
What you think, Tone?
Well, I here's the thing about Marvel movies, and I think it's a testament to the genius of Marvel movies. Is you have somebody like myself who is a comic book geek, a comic fan, aficionado, lifelong comic book movies, and then you may have somebody like my wife who does not know a thing about comic books, but Marvel has a way of making these movies that we all in the same boat watching it. Everybody can latch along. So you're not like, well, I didn't get into it because I'm not into comic books. And to do that, they have to have like introductory parts in a movie. Like Iron Man, like having, like I'm thinking back to the first Iron Man where they showed him testing the war missile, and he was all about making war weapons, and then that incident happened, it pierced his heart, and then you find out, oh, okay, that's why he's Iron Man. Even though he's still a jerk, that's why he's a jerk with a heart.
Right.
Jerk so so you need
hashtag jerk with a heart.
Right. But see, that's why I didn't have a problem with with the introduction part, about how the Black Panther came to be, because this is 40 years worth of storytelling that you have to serve up in a 2-hour time frame that everybody can latch on to. And that's incredible to be able to pull that off and do it well. That's why I say it's a 9.5, because the pacing might have been slow, but you gotta let people know what's going on, because most people think like they seen Civil War, oh, this is the new guy. Black Panther's been around since the 70s.
Yeah.
60s.
I'm sorry.
Before the Black Panther Party.
Right.
Exactly. And even characters like Killmonger and Man-Ape, were characters that were introduced, decades ago. And to be able to, weave them in and make it work, I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. But that's what when you mentioned about Man-Ape and Killmonger. Like, I'm not familiar with the Black Panther comic books. Like, I know of his character. Most information I got was from the cartoon, which is with the Avengers, Earth Mightiest Heroes cartoon. That's what I familiarized myself. Like, I never picked up a Black Panther comic book. I wanted to, but I wasn't able to. So to see with Man-Ape, I was expecting him to be like from the cartoon, dressed like a white ape. And everybody
not doing that.
Yeah. That was
Black director. Right. He knew not to do that.
Yeah. So, but that's what I was expecting. But he had the ape mask, which represented and I love that fight on the waterfall.
I have an issue though. Go ahead.
I love that with that fight scene.
Man-Ape in general.
Okay.
Well, I must say that I was about to get because then
That's not even it.
Go ahead and talk.
I don't mean to interrupt.
No, but the only thing I had in the kind of Man-Ape did not side with the Black Panther, which surprised me. Like when he came, when he saved him, and the fact that he didn't take the flower stuff to get the herb to get the power of the Black Panther.
Continue.
Quiet, Billy D.
Burn it all.
Yeah, burn it all. Burn it all. Hold on. And he was standing in there.
And then he got angry.
Angrier.
Exact
Angrier.
He's supposed to chill out.
It wasn't that kind of herb.
Obviously.
But that was my main problem with Man. It was okay, y'all supposed to be bitter rivals. He's always challenging for the, to be king of Wakanda. So for him to be on their side kind of threw me a little bit. I liked it, but it's still it just threw me off.
Yeah. Well, my only issue with the Man-Ape thing was just that before I watched the movie, because I knew little about Black Panther as well, I just knew he was as smart as Iron Man, if not smarter. He was filthy rich.
Right.
That's what I knew. I mean, besides the fact that he ran a African nation, I knew that he was on the level of Reed Richards as far as intelligence, and he was a fighter like Captain America. And he was a builder like Iron Man. I mean, that's what I knew about him. So
he was a better fighter than Captain
I'm
America,
just saying, just in general, he could beat the top 3 Avengers with the exception of maybe Thor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing about it was, with the Man-Ape, you killed Killmonger, you killed Claw, and Man-Ape is the only other main bad guy he's ever fought in his books.
Right.
So for them to not kill him, but make him his best friend by the end of the movie, he's sitting in the council room chilling.
Right. That's what I had. That's what I was like. I was like, this is supposed to be your rival right here.
Right.
He challenged you every time a challenge comes up for King of Wakanda. That was he did because he did it. Well, and I think I saw in the comments he did it with his father, and then he did it when T'Challa was coming into power. He challenged both of them. for the King of Wakanda, for the title of King of Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
I didn't understand that.
him being there though, that made sense to me because that was like a sense of community.
Yeah,
Killmonger's an outsider.
Right.
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Even though Mayonnaise have his problems,
He's still
T'Challa.
part of
Manny,
it.
Manny looked at
Yeah.
the big picture.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if he takes over, he ain't gonna stop. He ain't gonna pass us up in these mountains.
Right. Well, and it was
He's gonna-
counter to his argument too. At the
Right,
beginning,
yeah.
when he went to challenge him, he said we should stop doing all this technology. We should go back to our roots. We should just be a nation unto ourselves. Mayonnaise wasn't one of those people who said let's leave our borders.
Yeah.
So when he's an isolationist, so when Eric Killmonger was like, "Yeah, we're gonna supply the world. We're gonna
Right.
blow it up," Mayonnaise got a problem with that. And really, I think that might be a lead-in to a sequel to make Mayonnaise a bad guy again. Is the fact that he's now Black Panther at the end was like, "Well, we're gonna open up the world to us."
Right.
So when that happens, that's gonna be a problem for Mayonnaise.
Right.
That's cool with me.
The only issue I have is that Ryan Coogler won't come back because Michael B. Jordan is dead.
Yeah. You know, there's some theories going on about that, but we're not gonna do this in this video, Tone.
Yeah,
This video,
so,
we have to make a separate video for Black Panther theories
No theories.
today.
today. But let's talk about Killmonger. Best Marvel villain I've seen yet. I mean,
Why you say that though?
I don't feel like I feel like he portrayed the best. He wasn't a lackluster villain. Like
Okay.
I felt like he brought the most to any Marvel movie. I mean, like Ultron, he was okay. I think he could have been a little bit better as far as because he's a little more in the comic books. He's a little more devious than what he was in the movie.
James Spader was underused.
Yeah, he was definitely underused.
Yeah, I mean,
But I like the fact Killmonger like Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger just brought it. Like there was like nothing that could like his character seemed like nothing that could stop him. Nothing was going to get in his way from
here's
doing
the
what he
thing
wanted to do.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Here's the thing about Killmonger and it's about most villains that I like. To me, the best villains are the ones that in the back, even though you're watching them do all these things, blow stuff up, kill people, whatever, you're thinking to yourself, I would probably do that too with the situation that or the background that this person has. You know, where they really aren't so much a bad guy, it's their response to something bad that's happened to them or the way the world is. So you watch it and you're thinking to yourself like, yeah, if my father was killed by his brother and I was left behind
Right.
from my country and I'm watching how this world is and you guys are living in this bubble and progressing and I'm on the, and it also talks a lot, I mean, it also says something as far as our society, as far as black men. Like to me, Eric Killmonger was like a lot of black men where we just kind of feel like we're left out and you guys are still doing, you guys are progressing. You just got me way out here in the wind.
Right.
So when he's doing these things, I'm just thinking to myself, because it was a point in the movie where Killmonger stopped being a bad guy to me. It was like, and even and even to Chicago, Chicago, T'Challa. Even when and to the point where he had to go into the spirit, and talk to his dad and tell him like, you did a bad thing.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
That was a changing moment for me.
Yeah.
Was when Eric Killmonger went in and met his father.
Yeah.
Because
And
up until that
he
point-
was and it was just that apartment.
Well,
That really hit me. It's just like it's just that apartment because that's where his dad died. That's the last. That's
Right.
all he knows.
the Wakanda.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what his dad
Well,
told
it
him.
wasn't just that. It was just the whole thing of, like, you could tell his father was sad
And what
about,
he did.
about what his son had become.
I've even failed you. Like
Right.
I didn't.
I don't want you to be this
Yeah,
way.
because he said no tears for me.
Yeah.
He was like everybody dies. It's like
That's what happened.
but that's what made Eric Killmonger's character is great. Like you could relate.
He was a tragic
him.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could relate. You could tell, like especially when he's talking about where like y'all got all this, we're out here suffering, and it's real.
It's real. Yeah.
My only thing, I would argue that I don't think he was the best villain
Yeah.
of Marvel. I think that he is definitely up there, But I still have to give it to Loki. I think Loki was a great villain.
Oh yeah.
And I was a Red Skull fan. I thought he did a great job. But I would say I put him in my top 3, maybe 4 bad guys. Yeah. And the reason is mainly more what Tone was talking about. I can relate more to Eric Killmonger as being more of a tragic figure,
right,
than more of a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you see him as a bad guy in that second part of the movie, but when you get to the third part of that movie, it's like a total change.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think I really put him in the bad guy category. He's more of just an antagonist.
Right.
But because basically at the end of the movie, Black Panther has his same views. He just goes about it in a different way.
Right. Because he's just the guy that how he's
right. So I mean, the type of villain I want is somebody that I know that I want to kill him. Like,
you know who the bad guy was? Daniel Kaluuya. He was the bad guy. He's supposed to be his boy.
I mean,
I
was like, you didn't like. He was like, you didn't bring back Ulysses Claw. Oh, forget you.
See, that wasn't enough. He was in a sunken place. That was not enough to turn you. I'm serious.
No, it was apparently
not enough to turn you.
It should be if he was already on the edge.
The thing is,
I like their capes. I thought that was
hey, they turned into shields. Shield.
Hey, my problem was that he was willing to betray T'Challa, but not his girl.
Man. Hey, that scene was bad.
Yeah.
That he was charging towards mayonnaise. Charging towards with the rhino.
That ain't cool.
And the rhino stopped. But licks her. But how the rhino just stop and licks her?
Oh yeah. But isn't me is I feel like they did not develop that relationship enough. And I feel like for that to be that significant at the end, where it stops the whole war,
they didn't develop his character enough though. I mean, the
only time we ever knew that they was together was the one scene with the hologram.
But that's the thing. You have 40, 50 years worth of storytelling that you only have so much time. I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff on the cutting room floor that, certain interactions, like, maybe the director's cut is 3 hours.
But my problem with that is that, like,
I mean,
and the MCU has been doing a great job of telling stories for like 10 years,
right?
And they know that they got to pack a whole lot, like
because they
small movies.
They have to get.
But they've been doing a good job.
But let's dissect this for a second, okay? Ant-Man, they did Scott Lang, not Hank Pym. Guardians of the Galaxy, they did the new incarnation of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is only like 5 or 6 years. So and then you got T'Challa, who is like Iron Man, which it took 2-3 movies to really establish his character, and we don't, you know what I'm saying. And then Captain America, 2-3 movies to establish his character.
I thought it was just to make money.
Of course,
that too,
of course. But with the nerds in the room, you know what I mean. Like I felt like they kind of made this movie with a hint that this might not get a sequel.
That's exactly what they did. Yeah. They said it in there's an interview like Ryan Coogler made this movie with not the anticipation there would be a sequel.
And I'm cool with that.
But it turned out great.
I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be hounded now, by the studio to keep cranking them up. Some movies should just exist on its own, like Highlander. Probably my favorite movie.
Say again?
Highlander.
There could be only one.
Right, probably my favorite, my personal favorite movie of all time. A simple story. Immortals fighting to the end.
Yeah, they should never make a sequel.
And one ended up winning.
That was the problem.
And they decided to reset the contest all over again and ruined it.
In the series,
when they brought Duncan MacLeod in there.
The series, the movie, but they should have made the series. The series defeated the whole purpose of the only could be one.
Let's
get back to let's get back to Black Panther.
There could be only one Black Panther, and it's Chadwick Boseman. That's his name.
Yeah, this is
Boseman. Let's talk about the women.
Yeah.
The women?
No, Chadwick Boseman. Not Chadwick Boswick.
It's not Bushwick.
Shout out to Bushwick.
We love you, man. We love you.
Let's talk about the women.
They were great. Strong black women, which you don't see a lot in movies. Yeah. Most of them are either prostitutes, are high on drugs, are getting beat.
Not to sound like the sexist one in the group.
Don't be that guy.
No.
It's not that. It's not that.
Please,
it's indicative of today's society that the women are made strong And really, the men are made indecisive and almost
needy.
needy
Yeah.
and unable to make decisions
Without
the women. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that women shouldn't be a part of the process or anything like that. I do not want to be viewed as sexist. Which I know I will, because that's the way of the world.
Hey.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna put it out there. Name black movies in the most recent years where a black man was made flaccid. Now, this is called the Black Panther, not the Black Panthers or the Black Pantheresses. This is Black Panther. So, although I love the strong performances by all the women in the group, I know I'm never getting invited back. That's fine.
We didn't say that.
But it did kind of, it speaks to me in a black community sort of situation where the black man needs to be, and at the end I saw a little bit more surety. You saw that more from Eric Killmonger, who was sure of everything that he was doing, even though he was wrong.
The bad guy.
Yeah.
But he was the bad guy.
He did
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
If he's a good guy, he need a woman.
They even had him a girlfriend.
Right.
You know,
So a little less plasticity, maybe.
Is that a word?
I just made it.
He
Look
made-
it up in the Urban Dictionary. I'll post it tonight. Anyway,
Picture next to it.
well, I like the Dora Milaje.
I love him.
I thought, you know, I'm not sexist either, but I ain't blind.
No,
There were some beautiful women
yes, they were.
Yeah.
and just powerful, strong. I even like the dance. Like, remember, like the coronation
Mhm.
with
Yeah,
the
no,
dance.
in the boat.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it was just like beautiful. And that's one thing I will say: black women, bald hair or not,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
all
definitely.
that is, and I will say that strong women, sexy women, talented women.
Yeah, and I never really even like. Me personally, I never understood Hollywood's fascination with Lupita.
Lupita
Nyong'o.
Ngago.
Yeah,
Ngago.
Maz Kanata.
Ninjago.
Maz Kanata.
I never understood the fascination. They would just wow, look at her on the red carpet. I never really got
was
it.
good in that
She
movie.
was
Yeah.
beautiful,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
beautiful skin, beautiful hair.
And I didn't even realize.
Michonne.
I didn't realize that was.
when he kissed her at the end. I was like,
I mean, just and then, Angela Bassett just can never do any wrong. She's
Oh, yeah.
well, you know
she's
it's
just beautiful.
but you know it's a good movie when Angela Bassett is not the strongest one in the movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
All the other women just.
Now, one problem I did have with his sister,
Shuri.
with Shuri, is, and this is just a comic book geek in me, is when he got taken down and Killmonger became the Black Panther, she had an opportunity to challenge him. Because once she rolled blood, she's in the family, and in the comic books, actually
She
was the Black Panther.
Yeah, she took over for a while.
She helped. Yeah, she took over
But
in the comic books.
they didn't really portray her as somebody who could fight like
Yeah,
that.
Right.
you still have to fight.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
I mean,
right.
so but
Woman
it was
alone.
like they,
Yeah.
they fled on the run, and to me, I just would have, it would have messed the story up.
Yeah, what?
But it just would have been kind of cool if she would have been like, well, I could do it, but it would have totally messed the whole story
Well,
up.
this is and we go back to it because like Daniel Kaluuya turned on a dime.
Right.
Who's the general's name? Walking Dead.
I can't
You
think.
know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, deny something.
Yeah. She.
Yeah.
Flash her name.
Michonne.
She. I loved her character in every aspect of it. Her fighting, her acting, the fact that in the movie where she's like, I serve the throne.
Right.
Okoye.
Right.
Okoye,
Yeah. She's
yeah.
like, I
Okoye.
can't. I love
that's
Black
her name.
Panther, but I serve the throne. Like she
That's
knew
her
exactly
name.
what she was about. She was sure about everything she was doing, and I honestly couldn't fault her in anything she did. Because at the end, she made the right decision when she was like, "Dude, you ain't honorable."
Like, right. Yeah, you going down.
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, Tone.
My final thought is, this is a great movie, and it's a great opportunity, and it just shows, like if black people really had like a common desire or motive, just how, we proved it in 08 with the elections. It's like when black people are on one page about something, we can really get things done. And I will say this about Black Panther. The whole time I was watching the movie, in the back of my mind, the whole entire time, I was thinking to myself, man, I wonder, this probably would have been what it would have been like if they just would have left us alone in Africa. If they never would, if you know, I put it out there, you know.
And we got vibranium.
No, diamond. You know, I mean, we
ain't gonna be wearing no diamond clothes.
No, what I'm saying is, if they never would have came, and they never would have exploited us, and they never would have took our natural resources, and we could have used our natural resources to profit to the world, and make that money, and get the money to, you know what I'm saying? Everything that they did could have been done if they would have left us alone and we would have kept them out.
Hey, Tone, who is the they you're talking about?
Colonizers.
Like Shirk said, the colonizers. Now, I said it.
Sexist and a racist. Who's next?
Billy D, final thoughts.
Well, Billy D has been known to be a little sexist, so. I'm going to say that it was a great movie. I think that the cultural significance is great, but I really do think that people need to kind of realize that it is just a movie. And that if you want to see that, that's not something that's totally outside the realm of possibility. The thing is, most communities come together and they do what they need to do to make it in the world. You see that in almost every community in America except for the black community. We like lobsters and crabs. We pull each other down when we get into the top. We don't support each other in our own businesses. And the thing that stood out to me the most about Black Panther is this unique idea that it doesn't matter like how old you are. You can be a brilliant scientist. It doesn't matter how nervous you are about what your future is going to be and still be a king. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. You can still be a strong, proud warrior. It doesn't, it just doesn't matter, what your situation. It doesn't matter if you were orphaned as a child. You can still be a great soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are significant roles that you see in that movie. And so I don't want to take away the great significance in our culture, what this is. But people need to stop talking so much about this movie as if it changed their life and changed their lives. Don't make it the end-all, be-all of your life. Right. When, it's just a movie. And I love comic book movies. I got a whole bunch of comic books at my house. But it's just a movie. So I give it a 9 because of how entertaining it is. I give it a 9 because of the cultural significance. And I give it a 9 because it really does speak to what people can do with that when they put their minds to something and follow through. And have vibranium. To have nice cars but that's kingdom minded, anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that though. I think it's a great movie. I hope they make a sequel. I really do. And yeah.
All right, Just Ben.
You kind of took my view, so I'm trying not to repeat what you said.
You can be a sexist.
Hey, I'm not into labels. Yeah, I think my thing is I'm definitely a proud black man and everything, but I definitely don't want to. I see that there's a lot of hysteria out there. Like, I want to be able to judge this movie as simply, is it a great movie? Yeah. And I don't want it. I know that it has cultural relevance, and I know that it speaks to our culture and everything. But I don't want that to hype it more than it is. Like, if I was somebody else, what would I grade this movie? Right. Like, I want to, and I would say it was about a 7 or 8 just as a movie by itself. If I added the cultural relevance to it, then it'd probably be a 9 or a 10 in my book. But I mean, like I said, it started off a little slow. I think there were some characters I wanted to see developed a little bit more. Some fight scenes I felt like could have been done a little bit better. I wish that T'Challa was a better warrior as he is in the comics, it seems like, than it was in the movie. It seemed like he wasn't that good of a fighter in the movie as he should have been. Maybe it was me. And also, because this is the last MCU movie before the biggest MCU movie of all time, I felt there should have been stronger connections to what's about to happen, because it's literally about to be the biggest Armageddon of MCU ever. Yeah. And this is the last movie that's supposed to lead us up to it. And I guess the only thing we really have is the cutscene with White. What's it?
The White Wolf. White Wolf.
The Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier, which was like, so it was like, was like, nah. It was like this is about to be. Like,
What's that sound?
yeah.
When that fraternity? Fraternity?
I mean, because everybody knows it. Like after the Marvel movie, you will wait. I'm sitting here and wait for these cutscenes. I need to see these cutscenes because they're about to reveal something crazy. Nope. They're gonna tell us something that's gonna like, oh my god, they're about to do this.
Nope.
None of those did that.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm still waiting.
Wrong.
I'm still waiting for Adam Warlock. I'm still waiting.
And just to when you was talking about he's supposed to be a good fighter, he was going through withdrawal when he was fighting. He got whooped.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that was one that more strength and skill. Like skill level is up here. Strength is something else. His skill level was not as up there. But
Flames was like,
You had that herb taken out, and you see how well you did.
right, man. It still don't affect me.
All right. Like I said, I love the movie. I think it was great. I suggest going to go see it.
Yes.
Especially you don't really have to read the comic books. Like I said, I didn't read a Black Panther comic book. I just know mostly from the TV shows, the cartoons. So it was interesting to see. I didn't come in with high expectations, no low expectations. I came in to see a movie, and that's what I got. Like we all said, it's been a lot of cultural references. You know, it's good to speak to that. But overall, it was a good movie. It should be seen. And I know there's some parts that we didn't get to in this review, but there's a lot of good about this movie. Like I said, that's why I gave it a 9. I loved everything about it. It just showed where we are as a people and where we could have been as a people. Because you see the Wakanda side, what they advanced in, the technology and everything, but then you also see the outside world where we're struggling, every day. So they showed the hood and they showed Oakland. So it's like that's the hood, right? That's the hood right there.
Yeah.
But it's all around the world. But like I said, this is a great movie. I enjoyed it, and I mean I've seen it twice, so I would recommend it.
I said one more thing real quick. I wish I would have said this in my when I had my turn, but it was probably one of the most visually beautiful movies
definitely
of MCU ever. Like it was
agree.
amazing. Like whoever worked on the visual effects and the costumes, they need an Oscar. That's just me. I could be wrong.
Yeah, don't do this like Color Purple. When Oscar time roll around, where everybody know they should have won.
We can't get into that tone. That's gonna be a whole nother. That's gonna be a video by itself.
In fairness, though, how many
it still
comic book
hurts.
movies getting Oscar nods?
Right.
Right. Yeah, this is
Heath
true.
Ledger won one, but he was ridiculously good in that.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do one, we're saying do it for the visual effects.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
All right. Well, there's also thanks for joining us. We got some trailers that came out within the past 2 weeks that we need to review.
Yes.
So you should be seeing that soon. Once again, we are the Quad Squad. I am Riso 2.
Just Ben.
Billy and D.
And I'm Tone. And if you like what you heard, please hit subscribe.
Just like our page, comment stuff that we didn't talk about, and follow it. We do have a Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook, the Quad Squad Cincy. I can't ever get that out right.
You think it's change the name?
It's too late.
He's already made the napkin.
Right.
T-shirts
are coming.
They're on order.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace. Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda.
Or at least till the next movie come out.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to the Quad Squad. I'm Riso 2.
What is my name?